Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to your magic moon message. This is the peace dealer. Shout out to those of y'all digging the new look. I'm sorry, it's growing on me too. Get the oil. I learned a oil hack, so I don't have to settle for a goatee. Moon in Capricorn, Sun in Aquarius, balsamic phase. Let's do it. First of all, still looking gloomy as all whatever. It's just looking sad out here. But I'm not sad on the inside, so it just beams out. I'm not used to this though. Vegas never looks like this days on end. Really, it's just been like 3 days, but I don't even need to wear this. I was just wearing this because I just like how it looks on. There's no music playing or anything, but I'm just put it back on because I just like how it looks on in here. But yeah, other than that, okay, holla at your boy. This is the final part of, I think, a long fought era. Like, in terms of Aquarius season, we're ending the Aquarius season transit. But then in terms of Saturn coming into Pisces, we're ending a 30-year transit. And then if you put Jupiter coming into Taurus, we're sparking a 12-year transit. And then if you put Uranus in Taurus, that's wrapping up an 80 rounded up year transit. And then we have Neptune in Pisces ending like a 150-year cycle. And then we have Pluto that's ending a 240. Do you see what I mean? Like, this is it. We're done. So on the surface, the moon in Capricorn is just ending that one cycle. Zoomed out, looking at all the cycles, this is the end of an era. And of course, now this is just about the moon in Capricorn. So I want you to see it like that. Like, you're looking at the hand of a signal. And if we were just looking at that one cycle and clock, okay, you know, it's coming back to new moon in Aquarius. But if we look at that new moon Aquarius to other cycles, that is a activation to now drive this new Pluto Aquarius era. And not just Pluto Aquarius, Pluto Pisces by 2044, and the whole new Pluto cycle. All right, 2030, Uranus and Saturn and Gemini going into Cancer. This is it. We're in that midst of starting like a whole new world. And, you know, hopefully as you are building your ark, this ark of belief, Noah's ark, Noah who had to build this ark out of pure faith in a world of people who said you're delusional, you're crazy, and now they're drowned. Okay, so this is you over the next year and a half in preparation for the new world order, Saturn and Aries. When Saturn and Neptune go into Aries, this is preparing you to transcend every false concept, every false narrative over the self-concept of your belief. Everything you were taught about how you should see yourself as some being within this system or rule, as you're awakening yourself to be, I don't even want to say a spiritual being, as you're awakening yourself to realize you exist outside of this play, outside of this construct, outside of this dimension, having a physical experience. It's one thing to like preach and say this. It's another thing to have a very practical, grounded understanding and knowledge of how to actually begin to ground and make real this concept. And that's what the new moon in Aquarius is going to do. Of course, it's just merely a cycle. So how people, whether people go this direction with it or that direction, that's on you. But that's what's happening. So as far as the moon in Capricorn, we have been harvesting since the moon in Scorpio, the energy that was full in the moon in Leo, that of course we integrated when the moon was in Aries, and then we started when the moon and the sun were in Capricorn. So we're getting ready to clear the field. The balsamic phase is after we finish divvying up the harvest, and now we clear the field so that during the new moon, we plant new seeds. Before we come into this interstellar alien-ass new moon with Pluto, Mercury, and the sun in Aquarius, yep, and possibly Mars and Venus, the moon in Capricorn is going to go over Mars and Venus. So it's Mars may not be included yet, but Mars and Venus in Capricorn have been organizing the structure of how you take action off of all the knowledge that has been revealed to you, of the completion of everything you've put in since April and May. All right. And The moon is going to give you a thorough understanding of what actions, Cardinal Capricorn, you're ready to release in light of new knowledge you're getting ready to move forward with. All right. This is so beautiful because ever since Mercury touched down on Pluto, tell me I'm lying. Your brain is online. I feel like some of you are more crystal clear, intensely like a laser, about what you're dealing with or going through, and that's Mercury. Your brain is online. Once Mars comes through, we're taking the actions and go, you need to be excited. You need to be excited. This is the revolution. This is the revolution. This is the revolution. Not a transit. You're the revolution. You're the revolution, regardless of the time. And it's a transit like Moon in Capricorn that completes the triplicity. I just wanted to say triplicity of the Earth. So we had the Moon in Taurus at the end of Sun in Capricorn. We had the Moon in Virgo during Sun in Aquarius, and now we're having the Moon in Capricorn. So the natural base understanding of our values turned into an analytical behavioral understanding of how to experience our natural quality, and now we're coming into an incredible Capricorn understanding of where to direct all of this through our integrity and now the collective nature of our consciousness, of our being that represents ourselves universally to the rest of the world. Versus Aries, which is just, I'm just me. And then Libra is, this is me and you. But Capricorn is, I'm in front of a camera speaking to millions of people, right? So if you take those three aspects of still all you, but just different dimensions, Cancer is you with your family, cool. So you with your home, Cancer, versus you at work, Capricorn, this is the game plan. You're understanding the game plan. You're understanding what you're no longer ever going to have to do again because you're getting ready to move forward. And it's Aquarius. So with friends, with allies, with people who resonate on your spiritual frequency or your frequency, if you think that spiritual shit is mom, people who are aligned with your mind. All right. And you want to let this unfold. Remember, you're clearing the field and then you're planting new seeds, new cycle. So just during the 12th house of isolation, unconscious habits, prisons, mental hospitals, and of course, your supernatural potential or your spiritual beliefs, this requires faith. You've cleared the field. You are now applying everything that you've activated, integrated, and harvested for a brand new activation to plant new seeds. And this is where in the darkness of the balsamic phase, especially with Saturn's influence sextiling it, you are lightly tested on if you care too much about external results versus everything you've learned internally. Hence, during balsamic phases or such signatures like so, in that dark behind the shadow of the light of the sun, you may be tempted to give in to unconscious habits. Mind you, 6th house transits establish the behavioral pattern. It's literally like you starting a new routine. We oppose that with the 12th house so that our behavioral patterns create new beliefs, but we can fall back on unconscious habits if we don't believe in what we really have integrated. And, you know, this can also deter you due to false ultimatums and, you know, fallacies that pressure you to give in to popular opinion, when this is really just more about standing on your values and moving forward in what's integral to you. Even if I don't agree with that, are you about what you say about? This allows you to play your role, and you know, we all dance the dance we dancing. Unless you a wallflower, just do what you want. You know, it really don't matter as much as you think. So with that being said, you want to see this as a clearing. As soon as the moon goes over Pluto, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel it. As intensely as Mercury, like the information is online. Like Mercury is an Aquarius, shit is becoming clear. So as soon as the moon joins it, now you're coming into an emotional understanding that links with your brain. Then we activate that on a new moon. And that's going to open the way to dreamland. This Pisces season is going to be one of the most potent Pisces seasons that we've had in over 130 years. Last time we had Saturn, Sun, Pisces was 90-fucking-5. Yeah, some of you weren't even born before 95. So this is your first rodeo. Okay, I was 5 years old the last time we did this. And then the last time Neptune was here, I wasn't even born. I was in the 1800s. Dred Scott decision. All right. So like this is ooh. And before we go into this editing programming structure where your imagination warps reality, you need to establish the program. You need to establish the mental framework through Aquarius. Capricorn converted that power to energy, knowledge of your God power. Now it's time to move forward. Okay. And it's a transit like this that unlocks more of your unconscious connection due to quantum entanglement to everything around you. And through people's actions and how aligned or unaligned they are with their core, you get to see who is an NPC versus someone who is connected beyond just the physical. I'm gonna make a special video about this. I don't really want to like demonize NPCs. I'm just using this as a term, but a non-playable character. I mean, I call myself an NPC just to say nobody can play me. But like an NPC is quite literally somebody who regurgitates the same line of logic or rhetoric, because it's not logic. They regurgitate the same line of rhetoric. Because when you play a video game, an NPC is not a playable character. So an NPC has a programmed series of lines that they're going to say, and when you press A, they say the same thing over and over. They cannot exist beyond their programming. Please understand, you have actors here. You have people in flesh suits who do not have an identity outside of what they're told. And that sounds like some Matrix concept, but really think about it. You have people who are paid to live a certain lifestyle. They're given a name, and everything that they believe comes from someone else's philosophy. If you were to ask them what they truly believe, they may unconsciously think it's theirs, but if you ask them to explain their line of logic, it's tying into something or someone else outside of them. This used to be myself too. I was conditioned until I kind of deconditioned myself and went within. Unfortunately, not everyone goes with it. Okay, not everyone, because of their environment, may even have the opportunity to. And this is where personally, when you talk to someone and issue logic that addresses maybe a fallacy in their rhetoric, someone who is a playable character can process logic, and you will see their line of logic change, or they will defend their line of logic and argue with you. An argument is a player versus player battle. It's a PvP battle. But if you're with an NPC, they regurgitate the same circular line of rhetoric. They'll start to say stuff that does not really even apply to the logic that you said. They're not having a logic battle. It's your logic versus their rhetoric. Circular. That's an NPC. There you go. I just explained it. All right. It's as simple as having a conversation. You can tell. And that doesn't mean necessarily you look down on people and think you're more spiritually aware, but you need to be aware of this so you know who you're dealing with. Someone who is in tune with themselves versus someone who is just a puppet of somebody else. And once again, there's layers to this. So it's not necessarily as simple as just, this and that. But, just be hip, be woke, and stay charged, because once we activate this new moon in Aquarius, it is definitively a new era of supernatural quality, mental force, and awakening aspects of your being that exists beyond your physical ability to even perceive, but you still sense, because you're not here. You're not here and real. That's what the Nobel Prize was won for. This reality universe is not local and real, which means maybe, well, I'm not gonna say this is what it means, but maybe that alludes that you exist beyond this plane. All right. Not everyone knows that. Aquarius is, I know. Know thyself. All right. If you're ready to step forward on this new cycle of knowledge relative to yourself, and then also as a puzzle piece, as a part of a greater collective, then get excited. The moon in Capricorn is going to release. You're going to come into some profound understanding with the trine to Uranus and Jupiter, enhancing how much more you can direct this supernatural awakening. And embrace for liftoff, although we blasted off in Sagittarius. So now we're in space. We move the direction in Capricorn. So we're getting ready to move beyond, and that's Pisces. Everything that is going to change over the next year, everything that's going to end is going to officially start end of February. Are you ready? Because everything up until now was a beta test and a test. And not everyone passed those Hunger Games. But you did. I'll see you in the next round.